Welcome to May Love Light Mindful Mondays. I am Kristen May. Give me a moment to get acclimated. Okay. All right. I will be doing Mindful Mondays throughout the month of May. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and May is also Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So shout out to all of you. I am getting situated with using live stream on YouTube. So it's just like, this looks different from what I was doing on Instagram. Okay. The layout for today, we're going to give a few minutes. Welcome everyone into the space. My intro. Today we'll be talking about the breath. I'll talk a little bit more about the nuances and deepening in our own practice with breath, and then I'll lead us in a like 10 to 15 minute practice, excuse me, and then close with reflections, and yeah, and then we'll be on our way. Welcome. Good morning. I am on, the lands I'm being held on are known as Wawaitanong to the Three Fires Confederacy. This land is also known as Detroit, Michigan. And yes, land acknowledgements are just acknowledging that we are on land that has been taken from indigenous people and bringing their names forward. The Anishinaabe people, which are made up of Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi people. And I also want to bring into the space the people, the indigenous people of my family's land, which is in Jamaica, the Tainos, bringing them into the space as well. And my ancestors and all of our people that are holding us and supporting us that we may be aware of or not. Okay, let's talk about the breath. I have been having some respiratory challenges, and it it has allowed me to really deepen in what's happening with my breathing. And so there are times where I still have a cough, and so if I have moments where I start coughing, know that I am okay. I have my tea and my water here. I might have to pause from time to time. Mm, okay. And so the breath, we can feel it in different forms, different ways. And a lot of the time when we talk about mindfulness practices, um, we talk about an anchor, which is what you bring your attention to. And using your breath as an anchor, because it's something that we always have, that is present for us. It's just a way to, you're not relying on external things. Like I always, like we are always breathing until the day we transition. Um, and so it's a way that we can allow ourselves to keep centering ourselves. Many of us might have difficulties with our breathing, and so there are other ways that you can bring your attention to sensations in the body, to sound. But when we talk about the breath also intersects into those areas too, because maybe you can hear yourself breathing. Um, and then like the actual like feeling the breath through the body, that is a body sensation. So the breath anchor encompasses those different anchors that we suggest and recommend. um, welcome. And so when, like for me, because I've been having such challenging time with my breath, I it was really frustrating at first for me. And what I tried to invite myself into was allowing myself to just be with the breath as it is, like, man, I wish I could take a deep breath right now, but I can't. Like these thoughts would arise while I was practicing, especially when the teacher's like, take a deep, relaxing breath. And I'm like, that's not true for me right now. That's not my story. um, I would just allow myself to just take the breath at my comfort level, and it might be very shallow, just like a like, okay, this is what it is right now, and it's okay. Um, I don't really need my glasses right now. I was looking at my notes earlier. Okay, and so allowing myself to just be with how my breath is in this moment, it did bring a little bit more ease. I'm just like, you know what? I can't control this breath right now, but what I can do is just allow myself the space to just relax and notice what's happening when I take a breath. So something I noticed was that my diaphragm was constricted, because I that was my normal way of breathing, and I could tell as I deepened in my practice, I could feel as when I try to take a deeper breath, I can feel when the diaphragm is kind of like reached its limit. So I'm like, okay, okay, we won't breathe that deep. um, and then so I had to train myself to breathe more from the lungs, and noticing when I can switch between the two. And that kind of gave me a little bit more space. But I say this because even the breath can change. Like all these things that in our bodies, and as we get older, it's changing. And so if we can allow ourselves to just to really embrace what's happening in that moment, that kind of help us relax a little bit more. Because I did have a lot of rigidity of like how my breath used to be. And now I'm like, this is what my breath is right now. And how can I tend to it in this space? And so with that, I will ease us into some practice. Talking, well, our anchor would be the breath. Everything I suggest is an invitation. If you have another practice you'd like to do during this time, go for it. Know that you're in a space where hopefully you feel safe enough. So, with that said, let's get into a comfortable posture. I'm sitting in a chair. And if you wish to lay down, stand up, sit on a cushion, whatever you need. I'll lead us through like a 10 to 15 minute practice. So know that you'll be in this posture for that time. As we settle into the body, just making sure to look around your space as a way of orienting. This allows ourselves to just kind of settle a little bit deeper, just letting ourselves know that the space that we are in is safe enough for us during this time. You can even look behind you, and then not casting any judgment like, oh, I need to do this or that. You see as you looking around the space, just taking it in as it is. Mm, okay. And when you're ready, you can soften the gaze, maybe looking like 3 feet in front of you, or if you wish, you can close the eyes completely. And I spent a bit of time talking about the breath. So we're going to take some intentional breaths together. And while we're doing this, I want you to feel into where you feel your breath the most. And when I say that, some of the traditional ways that we might feel our breath is in our diaphragm, our abdomen, in our lungs, our chest area. Maybe you feel it if you breathe through your mouth or your nose, like where you might feel the air passing through. And so if you feel it more in your abdomen or your chest, as you take a breath in, you feel it expand. And as you exhale, you feel it soften. And if you feel it more in your nose, like through your nose or your mouth, as you breathe in, you may notice that the air is cooler. And as you exhale, you notice that the warm air is moving through. So these are ways that we can feel our breath. And if you feel your breath in a different way, like that can be your anchor. So I say this to invite ourselves to take 3 breaths together at your comfort level. If a deep breath is resourceful for you, you can do that. If it's not there for you, like me, just take it to your level of comfort. So exhaling the air, breath in, exhale, inhale, and exhale. One more, inhale, and exhale. And then allowing yourself to go back to your natural breath as is. Noticing if you have any tension, tightness in the body, and allowing yourself just to invite yourself to relax, bring a little bit more ease, just a little bit more. So as the mind wanders off into thoughts, which it will do, you guide yourself back to your breath. This is the invitation. And we'll do this over and over again throughout our time. And when your attention is on your breath, you're noticing the experience of the inhale as the air is coming into the body, and on the exhale as the air is passing through. And my voice will come in and out during this. I'll give us a few minutes to settle in into the quiet. Noticing the inhale, noticing the exhale, not placing any judgment. Allowing the breath to be as is. And where you feel your breath the most, allow that to be the place that you rest your attention, you come back to. This will be our home base for this time. Even if you noticed it in other areas, let's just rest with one place for now. Coming back. If you feel overwhelmed, you can always open your eyes and reorient yourself by looking around the space, just to allow yourself to settle back in. And when you're ready, you can rejoin. It's a very forgiving practice. You can always just start again. How you're doing it is just right. Bringing yourself back to the anchor. If there is difficulty with the breath, there can be an invitation of inquiry. What about it is difficult? Is there a wish for it to be something else? Is there a discomfort? I know it's allergy season. Maybe there's a lot of sinus discomfort that can be present as well. This is what is in the moment. Knowing that seasonal allergies will change throughout the year. This moment is not permanent. And giving ourselves grace. And as we bring this practice to a close, setting an intention for the week. What is arising for you? There's a full moon coming. Full moons are really great for letting go. Maybe there's some things that you wish to release. May I take some more time to listen deeply to those around me. May I give myself more grace. May I be present for those little moments. As we prepare to close this practice, we'll take 3 breaths again to your comfort level. Exhaling the air, breath in, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more breath in and exhale. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, bring yourself back into the space. Welcome back. Thank you for your practice, taking that time for yourself. Once again, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I just want to encourage people, like, what's your mental health hygiene? I have a therapist that I see, and then I feel like many times we seek a therapist when things are dire in our lives, and there is a lot of things happening in the world, and I feel like I see my therapist even just to maintain good mental well-being. Those of us might not be able to access a therapist. There are different organizations you can look into that offer services. There are online or remote therapy as well. So if there's a way that you can, I encourage it. And if you cannot, that's okay as well. Just looking at the things that you can do, taking this time to have a meditation or mindfulness practice helps. Yeah, just make sure to care for yourself. And these times are very difficult, and I feel like it will continue. And we need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and each other. If you have any questions, you can send them my way. It's maylovelight and the number 8 at Gmail. And then I can reply to them during one of these lives. Next week, we will focus on body sensations. Um, yeah, I like to keep it very basic in the beginning, and I'll see how we're doing if I want to continue through June as well. But I'm thankful for you taking the time for yourself, and I hope you have a great day. And I would like to send ourselves off with a dedication of merit. It's just kind of taking the well wishes and what we've cultivated together in this time and sending it out to all beings everywhere, seen and unseen. And this dedication of merit comes from the Dharma Homies Collective, specifically Devon Sangster Rath. Yeah. May any goodness that has come from us practicing together today be dedicated not only to us, but to all beings everywhere, seen and unseen. In particular, we dedicate this goodness to those who are suffering, especially those who are suffering under violence, racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, ableism, ageism, xenophobia, and all the intersecting oppressions. We commit to doing the work within ourselves and in the world of uprooting greed, hatred, and delusion so that our true heart's wish may come true. That all beings everywhere be free from suffering and pain. May all beings abide in the ease of well being. May all beings be safe from both internal and external harm. May all beings know connection, love, joy, and peace. And may all beings be truly free. Excuse me. Thank you again. And I will see you all next week. Take care.